So is there anything, I guess, like food-wise that you would say like people should definitely try? Maybe some specialty types of food that are up there that, or restaurants or bars, like something that's like must see if you go to Alaska?
Okay, well, for all of you beer fans out there, there are so many breweries there because there's nothing else to do. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. But there are so many different breweries, and we were able to sample so many different kinds of beer. And wines too. There were some wineries that we were able to go to that are like all local, which was really amazing and awesome because you don't really think of that being able to grow out there.
Yeah.
So some of those things I would highly recommend. Alaska Brewing, Glacier Brew House. There's just so many different ones. I mean, if you just type in brewery in Anchorage, it'll come up with an entire list. So that's one thing. And it's really fun to be able to do some of the brewery tours too. We were able to go to a brewery tour in Fairbanks, and we got to see, like, it's a little local brewery, but we were able to see like the inner workings of the brewery and do a lot of sampling. So that's something that's really interesting and really cool. Also, Reindeer Dogs. I don't know if anybody has heard of that, but it's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, kind of sad when you think of Rudolph, but just don't think about that. I am not a huge meat person, or a hot dog person, but reindeer dogs are like really a sausage. So when you think of like a bratwurst or something like that, that's really, and they have a lot of reindeer dog trucks, food trucks. So whenever we did like our staff professional development days or anything like that, they had the reindeer dog food truck right outside for lunchtime. And so we just got reindeer dogs all the time. And I would highly, highly recommend that. Another interesting thing, obviously, salmon. You have to have salmon, and there is a season for salmon. So when you keep that in mind whenever you go up there, because if you're really expecting like good salmon in like the dead of winter, it's not necessarily going to happen. So obviously, like pretty much in, I would say June through August is probably like the peak time for salmon. And a lot of the restaurants up there change their menus according to the season and what's in season. So the other thing that was really interesting is that we had like a Friendsgiving whenever we were up there, and our friend's friend killed a bear, a black bear. And I made bear stuffing for Thanksgiving dinner.
What?
And that was one of the weirdest things I have ever made, because not only, I mean, it came already pre-packaged and I got it and it had, seasoning already on it. But I was so nervous because it was a wild bear and they showed me pictures of it. And I went, okay, well, I don't really want to see the cute furry little bear that I'm cooking. Thank you. But it was this huge black bear. And so when I was cooking it, I was like reading all of the things, which, everybody goes on WebMD whenever you have something that you think like, oh my gosh, I'm dying or something's wrong with me. Well, that's what I did when I was cooking a bear. I'm like, okay, how could this go wrong? Because I'm feeding all these people and they're all going to get sick. So the one thing that you really do have to be careful when you're cooking bear is that you have to cook it enough. So, when you think of cooking like ground meat, well, when it turns like brown, then typically it's like cooked. Well, that's not necessarily for bear. So I just cooked it until I thought it was okay, which was a long time. I was like, I hope it's not too chewy or it's just like hard. I don't even know.
That just blows my mind. Did you think before you left that you'd ever be giving tips on how to cook bear meat?
Absolutely not. Yeah, no, that was, I didn't even, when my friend said, because we just picked like random items for like an Alaska giving. And so we had like salmon and we had bear and we had reindeer and we had all these different things. And we even had moose jerky. And so all of these things, and I went, okay, well, I was not expecting to actually get a bear. And then my friend said, hey, I got some bear for you to cook. I went, what can I make with bear? I don't even know.
That is insane. Oh my gosh.